Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new series that I am starting. It's called my 5-Tip Friday. Now, the series that I'm starting is every Friday I'm going to put out a quick little video. This one might be a little bit longer than the others because I'm explaining everything. And I'm going to give you 5 tips on certain subjects. Each Friday will be a different subject, something that I have personally been through, and it's kind of like a tip or tricks or my opinion on things just to kind of help either new moms or new families, or depending on what the subject is, something that I know somewhat what I'm talking about. I will not share it with you if I don't know what I'm talking about. And I thought it'd be something fun. I love looking at these type of videos out there when there are so many things going on in my life. I just need to search it. I just go on YouTube and see what I can find. So I thought, let me make some of these videos and maybe I'll help somebody in the process. So for today's 5-Tip Friday, it's going to be about how to get your little one to sleep in their own crib all the way through the night. At least that is the hope. We transferred my son from our bedside to his own crib when he was about 3 months old. I got to that point and I was like, I need my space. Boy needs to go in his own crib so that mama can make tons of noise and it doesn't matter. So I came up with 5 tips that I think will help the process. It's something that I use. Trial and error is pretty much all that you can do. So maybe try these out and see if it'll help if you're having a hard time. Now this works for any age. It could also be if you're just putting them to sleep next to you. I mean, they're just tips that you can try to use. So I've got my trusty little list, and the first one is a routine. Very, very important to have a routine. Now, this can be a bath and lotion, and you do some kind of routine every single night so that the baby realizes, oh, okay, so this leads to this and this and this, and they love routine. It is insane how once you figure out a routine, the baby will actually start to predict things and they're more willing to go to sleep. I found that still to this day, my son is 18 months old and routine determines sleep. Now this doesn't count for sleep regressions. Look that up. That is a whole different story. But for the other times where there is nothing going on with the baby, if there is a routine, they're more willing to fall asleep and stay asleep. The number 2 is you put them to bed awake. Now I'm not saying kicking and screaming and crazy, like hungry and that kind of awake. I'm talking, we did our routine, you're still awake, you have not fallen asleep in my arms. I found that if they fell asleep in my arms, rocking him or whatnot, and then I laid him down, it's as if he felt that like change, and that woke him up. And then he's like, wait, I'm not in mom's arms. And every time that he would wake up later, he would be like, wait, I need to be back in your arms and I need you to rock me to sleep. So you might have a baby that needs to be rocked to sleep, and that's fine, but I have found that putting him to bed awake, sleepy, but awake, he's able to figure out how to put himself back to sleep so that later on you don't have to get up and put him back to sleep. Now once again, does not count for the sleep regressions because those need a little bit more attention. But put him to bed awake, sleepy, but awake, and they'll figure out how to put themselves back to sleep. Okay, so my number 3rd tip is you put them to bed full, burped, changed, so that they don't have anything to complain about. When I say full, I mean don't overfill them, but make sure that they are satisfied. When I say burped, I mean you make sure there is no gas going on in that belly, especially when they are younger, when you're probably burping them throughout feedings. Just make sure they are really good and burped, because once you have an upset tummy, you're not going to sleep well, so that goes for babies as well. And make sure they are changed. Now, my little guy, still to this day, will not sleep with a poopy diaper. Absolutely will not. And I have a feeling he's not the only one. Some kids, it's even pee-pee diapers. So just make sure they are good and changed and clean when you lay them down. Now, if they poop in the middle of the night and they wake up, then that's something different to deal with. But when they go to bed, make sure they are fed, cleaned, and burped. Number 4 is make sure that the temperature that they are sleeping in is comfortable. You don't want them to be too hot and you don't want them to be too cold. Now it's kind of common sense, but you need to kind of go off of what your baby likes. Some babies like it warmer, some like it colder. My little guy is just a hot box. He kind of just came by it naturally. So he has always been kind of on the lesser side of being clothed. And I don't really like having tons of fans going on in his room. He does have a ceiling fan, which we've had on when he was younger, and he has like a regular fan now that it's super hot here. And I've noticed that he doesn't really like it either. I think he kind of wakes up stuffy, which I do too. Like, I'm stuffed up right now because there's air conditioning and everything going on. You just make sure that they're comfortable. So the right type of pajamas for the temperature of the room. I mean, you can go all crazy and really do like scientific research for this, but just make sure that the temperature is comfortable, because then they're not going to sleep if they're too hot or too cold, and then that ends up waking you up. So happy sleepy baby is in a good temperature. My 5th and final tip, and this is probably the biggest one, is consistency. Be consistent with what you do with all these tips, your routine, just everything that you do with them. Be consistent. And I don't mean just day by day. I mean forever. If they need to be sleeping in their bed, that is where they sleep. Do not have them sleep in your bed because they're just uncomfortable. Then you're going to be uncomfortable. And whatever you have chosen, stick with it. And it doesn't matter what you've chosen. If it works for your family, then that is amazing. Just stick with it. Consistency is the only way I think that I have made it through our sleep regressions. Like I've said, once again, look those up. I can do a special video about those if you would like me to, but just be consistent and they will eventually get it. It's very hard at first. It's hard on mommy, it's hard on daddy, it's hard on babies, it's hard on anybody that's involved. And you just have to stay consistent, stand your ground, and it will get better. It'll get worse, it'll get better, ups and downs, just trial and error. But I really hope that some of these tips have helped you. If you have absolutely any questions, just leave them down below and I will answer them for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're new so that you can keep up with all of my 5 Tip Fridays that are going to be coming your way. See you guys next week. Bye!